Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today I'll be showing how to test this signup form in Vitest and React testing library. I'll start with the installation and configuration of Vitest and React testing library. If you already have the configuration, feel free to skip ahead to the next timestamp. Now let's start writing the test. My signup component has a form with input fields and a signup button. The button will be disabled and will only be enabled when all the fields are filled and validated. For this signup form, I'll be testing to see if typing in the input fields update their values, if clicking the login button triggers form submission, Here is the format to writing the test. Just like in other tests, we'll use describe and it blocks. Describe block is used to group related tests and it block is used for individual test cases within that describe block. Here we're testing the signup form, so I'll say sign up. Inside, I'll use it block. Write the description of what I'm testing, followed by a function. I'll continue creating it blocks for all the test cases. Now let's start writing the first test case. I'll first render the component I'm testing. Next, we'll query for the username, full name, password, and email using the React testing library queries. You can check out all the available queries on their website, and I'll have it under the description as well. I'll place each query inside a variable for cleaner look. type screen.getBy placeholder tags and what you're looking for. Usually I'll use getByLabel for querying, but since all the input fields have placeholder tags, I'll use screen.getByPlaceholder tags here. Next, we'll use user event to simulate user actions. Type await user event.type, then your query followed by what you want to be typed in it. Add async at the top of the function here, since we're using async await. Do this for all the fields here. Now we'll use expect to write what we expect the results to be after the user events. We expect the values of the queries to be what was typed in. Now let's run the test to see if it passed. Let's start the second test. I'll be testing to see if the form is submitted when the sign up button is clicked. The button is only enabled when all inputs are typed in and validated. So like before, we'll query all the input fields and use user events to simulate the typing. I'll go ahead and copy everything from the first test. The only difference in this test is that we'll be querying the button as well. We'll use getByRole here to query the button. At the end of all the user events, I'll write fire event.click to simulate the clicking of the sign up button. I want the handle submit to be called when I click on the button. Calling the function would mean I'm submitting the forms. We don't want the actual implementation to happen. We just want to know the function is being called to do whatever it needs to do. For this, I need a mock function. To create a mock function, we first need to import v from Vitest. It is a utility module that helps with mocking. I'll name it mock handle submit. Inside the component I rendered, I'll write onSubmit equals to mock handle submit. Then I'll pass the onSubmit as a prop into the form component. Then I'll comment out the real handle submit and add this instead. Commenting out the real handle submit and adding the mock function is the main point in this test and for this test to work. We're not trying to test the logic here, but just testing whether the clicking of the button calls the function handle submit. Let's test it again to see if it passes.